Hello everyone, I'm Xiaogan. Okay, in this chapter, we will mainly talk about tags. Tags are very important. Very important. I'll say it again, very important. Said it 3 times. Then we will mainly look at 2 documents. One is the 5.0 GameplayTag located here. The other is the 5.4 GamepTag. Actually, we have already covered this before. In our blueprint documentation tutorial, lesson 1169, we talked about GameplayTag. And in the advanced tutorial, this is in the advanced course by Real Master. Under gaming feature, we use this GamepTag. We also covered it here. If you're interested, you can go check it out. If you're not interested, that's totally fine. These are all free courses. Then we will talk about. So before we talk about our gameplay tag, let's first look at a tag. This tag is not our gameplay tag. It is just a simple tag. In this course, I usually don't talk about blueprint. But why are we going to talk about blueprint right now? This is purely because this thing is too important. If you want to become an excellent senior game developer, then this gameplay tag is something you must master. But it is also very simple. It's the same as our FName. It just wraps a layer on top of this FM. We give an actor here. This actor is not registered. Only any of our actors or directly registered actors. Then here, in this place, in this place, you'll see there's a tag here. Okay, this is also a tag. You can see this is just a set of tags, and its underlying layer is actually FName. Then we give one here. Give it a tag called BaseActor. Yeah, good. Let's just give one here first. Okay, then we give it a static mesh. Give it a Sophia. This Sophia. Let's take a look like this. Okay, then we drag it into the scene. Good, okay. Now we have a scene. Here, let's give it another tag. We call him left. Then we call him mid. The middle, right? Mid. Then we give him another one called right. Then we copy this one again, copy another one. As for this one, we change it. Sophia, replace it. As for this label, we just completely give it to him. No need. This tag is completely unnecessary. Okay, then let's replace this Sophia with this cube. Good. So what are we going to do now? Actually, what we're doing now is this. Let me show you this. This tag is not for GamepP. It's just an optimization within our tag. We probably better use this one. Let's use this EKBot instead. Good. So here we get actor. Of classes. It's better to add an S because we have many objects. Take a look. Wait a moment. Obviously, we need one more. We can search a little bit. I also forgot about the 18th. This is called all actors. It's not simply adding an S. You can see there's this thing here. Isn't that interesting? Let's not use this for now. Let's use this. Okay, this is make UR. You can see we have pulled out these 3 nodes. Okay. Let's do it this way. Then we can get all the actor. Then we let it go through the loop. Then we input the tag. ActorHasTag. If it has this BaseActor, if it sees this tag, we can see this tag. Let's take a look. Hey, the BaseActor tag. Then we let it directly destroy. Just destroy it directly. This makes it more intuitive. Because when I adjust any position, you have to make it complicated because this is just a simple application of a tag. Then we can see. Hey, let me take a look. Let's see if it can find this object. Oh, the class is not selected here. Let's tag actor. Okay. Now let's do this. You'll see. Do you get my point? Let's do it again. On our side, we'll put this. Let me write another one. Let's give it a left. I think I'll demonstrate it to you like this. You go and get the idea. Got it. Right. So you can filter actors by tag. So this is a tags. This is using Flame to create a bottom level tag. So obviously there are these things here. We really want to put it here. So we'll just let it also select our BP. We can see it register. Okay, look here. Find all actors of a specific class in the scene. Use this specified tag. This operation is relatively slow. You need to be careful not to use it every frame. Right, that's what it means. You'll see in practice. It also creates an iterator for actors. And it uses actors or tags. Right. You see, this thing about actors or tags, does it look a bit familiar? But this one is not inside the actor. Right. Then, okay, now look at this interface. You probably often have some thoughts like this, right? Okay, let's just use this to do it. Let's give it a base. Obviously, we'll just do it this way. Okay, good. Actually, the result should be the same, still on the left, but it will go through 2 rounds of filtering. You should be able to. This blueprint should be fairly simple to explain. I think everyone will understand at a glance. I think I'll go into more depth to explain this blueprint. Then this game tag, you need to make it. Make sure you can see here you need to pass in some tags. But we haven't talked about tags yet. But this is also called a tag, but it is a tag used with Flame. GameplayTag is actually a struct. It encapsulates it. So before we talk about it, let's think of a state. When we use Blueprint to make games, don't we often have a boolean to determine whether this player is dead or alive when he is alive? We perform an operation when he dies. We perform an operation. Then, based on the cause of his death, and we divide it into many types of death. For example, death from a high fall. Death from being shot. Death from being stabbed by a knife. And then death from a side attack. Then, according to different deaths, we can play different animations. At this point, you can define an enumeration, right? There is no problem with that at all. Then, from the original boolean, transition to the use of enumeration. So, is there such a situation that it becomes quite complex for me? Then perhaps there is mutual interference between my operation skills. When I release skill A, I cannot release skill B, right? That is, my skill C needs to cancel skill A and skill B. Then if you try to establish the matching relationship for each round, at this point, you will find it very painful because you have to list all the matching relationships for each round. And you also have to distinguish between level 1, level 2, and level 3. For example, I am currently in the fire state. I am currently in the skill release state. Then it is a skill. Then skill, skill point, skill A, skill point, skill B, skill point, skill C, right? So I need to make all skills mutually exclusive with my Then you have to map all your enums accordingly. That is, the enum for skill A must be mutually exclusive with dance A. The enum for skill B must be mutually exclusive with dance B. So can I abstract a layer? That is, let my second level menu be skills. The second level menu and dance. The second level menu skips and dance are mutually exclusive. Then their third level menu is skills. Clicking skill A. It belongs to skills. So it is directly mutually exclusive with dance. Okay, so actually this but. It's still a bit confusing. When we write it later for everyone, you understand. Because this thing, I'm not sure if your blueprint teacher didn't tell you about it. So here, we'll first talk about blueprints. And then we'll directly discuss the application of C++. Okay, we'll end this lesson here. Thank you, everyone.